waiting to show off my shirt because hi, hello, happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am so excited to do yet another live. You guys, these lives have been absolutely incredible. And normally I wear my Black Dagger Brotherhood shirt on these lives, but today I'm wearing a special live in honor of Andrew. Andrew, I see you. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hello. Where did it go? Hold on one second, Andrew. Zsadist is here. I hope it's going to work. Okay.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hold on one second. I got to back up because now my head, I wanted to show you my shirt, but I'm cut off. So hold on one second. I'm moving you back just a little bit because I got cut off. Okay, you ready?
Oh, nice. It's a Tommy Boy shirt.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So normally I wear my Black Dagger Brotherhood shirt on these, but I'm like, no, I,
Yes.
I got to wear the Tommy Boy shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you
Where
so
did you
much.
wait? Where did you get that shirt though? I'm actually kind of curious. That's a cool shirt.
I think I got it from Meyer, which is a grocery store up north.
But you have
So
you had it for a while?
a while.
Okay, that's
Yes,
pretty cool.
I'm
That's cool.
sorry. I'll look if I see it again, I'll let you know.
I could probably order it offline if I looked, but no, it's a cool shirt.
So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for this live. You have been 100% the number one requested person to have a live with. Everybody loves you, and of course, your character Zsadist. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Stephanie.
All of the comments are going to be amazing. There's so many questions. Hi from Germany. Hello. So congratulations on the show. The series is fantastic. You guys did such an incredible job with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible team. I it honestly was like the perfect storm. I was going
Yeah.
into it with that many males of worth all in one place. I was for sure thinking there was going to be like a fight or something at
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point. But all of the guys are some of the sweetest people I've ever met.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, and it was just it honestly it was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and getting to be able to go back and work with these guys for hopefully years to come. It's like
Yeah.
it's once in a lifetime, like I'm just really really grateful for it.
Yeah, I remember when they posted number one that they were looking for brothers worldwide, but
Yeah,
when they posted the cast and I saw that you were in it, I was like, let's go. You were so fantastic as Miles and Wait With Me. And
thank
I
you.
love that Olivia was back. All the our Passion Flicks favorites were back. So
Yeah.
how did Zadis come to you? Did you audition for the other
I
brothers or how did that
I
happen?
so I found out that they were going to be doing a worldwide like casting call because I mean I know a lot of the people that work with Passion Flick. So
Yeah,
when I found out about that, I was somewhat familiar with J.R. Ward, just with all the romance book
sure.
cover stuff that I've been on. Like I've came across her stuff before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard that they were going to be doing that show or
Yeah.
doing a series of the books, and I just kind of did a deep dive in all the characters. And Zsadist was the one that spoke to me the most. And what's funny is like leading up to that, like I kept telling my wife Michelle, I was like, I really want to play a part where I just like don't look anything like me. And I kept telling like which is weird. This is before I heard about the Black Dagger Brotherhood, like before that Passion Flicks was going to be doing a show of it.
Yeah.
Um, but I kept telling her that I wanted to shave my head really bad. And
I was,
I don't know, it was just something like I've never really had the urge to do that, and my agents never wanted me to shave my head. They were like, "No, like keep your hair. You have nice hair."
yes.
But yeah, so I found out that they were going to be doing a worldwide casting call. I did a deep dive. I read Dark Lover, did my research online. I didn't read. I've only read up to the novella Father Mine.
Okay.
I did that thinking it was going to kind of be beneficial for playing Zsadist, but it ultimately kind of I started thinking too far ahead in Zsadist's journey, and I was thinking about him being a father, and then I started thinking about me being a father. I was like, this is
Oh
I'm going
no,
too
no.
far. But I'm going off track here.
No, you're good.
So yeah, I found out that they were going to be holding those auditions. I read Dark Lover, did my research online of Zsadist. He was the one that I was most drawn to. I never get to really play these broken, damaged characters, but they're the characters that I feel most connected to.
Yeah.
And I won't get into like my childhood and all my stuff right now, but it was I really connected with Zadist, and I shaved my head. I once I got the audition, I went on tape. I did my own scar on my face with like Michelle's makeup and stuff that she had. Um, and I auditioned with a scene from his book, from Lover Awakened. I think all the guys auditioned with like I think the parts from their books, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I
they
love
wanted.
that.
Yeah, it was like they did scenes with like their Shellens or soon to be Shellens, I believe. You
Okay.
know. Um. So yeah, I did that audition. I think I did it in like kind of the end of May. Of I don't even know what year is it. 2025.
Yes.
Um.
That's
Uh.
me.
20. 2024. I think is was that does that sound right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I did that audition and I didn't hear anything back for we were just about to go to Sweden for the summer and I was losing my fucking mind because I didn't hear anything. And then
And you shaved your head.
yeah, I was like, fuck. I was like, I didn't get it. And I was doing all this like I was watching these other actors that I thought might be good for Zadist, like people that I've like know online, like just I follow on social media. And there was
Yeah.
like one guy in particular, and I saw him post, he shaved his head, and he posted something with like the emoji with like the swords and like all the stuff, and he's like big things coming. I was like, fuck. I was like, he booked it. I was like, he booked it, and so I was like losing my mind in Sweden, and then I think Tosca reached out to me and she said that they loved the audition, but she was like, would you be interested in also going on tape for Vicious? And I was just like,
Interesting.
instantly, I was like, I said, I was like, of course I'll do that, you know.
Sure.
But to my wife, to Michelle, I was in Sweden when I went on tape. I did it in her parents' living room, and I think at the time too, I bleached my hair blonde, so I had my head shaved, but Michelle bleached my like whatever was left on my head.
Yeah.
But I was just the tape is bad because I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to play Vicious. I don't think I'm right for Vicious. Um, but so I went on tape for that. I was like super depressed the whole time I was in Sweden. I'm sitting in Sweden, this beautiful scenery, and I'm just like thinking about this part that I didn't get.
Well, it meant a lot to you.
Yeah. And but something inside of me, like I kept reading the books and I was just still doing research on Zetas just because like I was really drawn to the character.
Yeah.
And then I got back from Sweden and I can't remember the exact date. I don't know if it was August, maybe it might have been August 2nd, or I don't know. But I get a message from Tosca and she said, we would love to have you play Zadist. And she wrote me this really long message, and fucking lost my shit. I freaked
Uh,
out. I was like, I booked it, and then they asked me to also go on tape for Fury. And which I was like, also I didn't like, I know the fans wanted identical twins. But one
yeah.
that's really hard to find two twins that would fit these parts, you know? Like
Sure.
I don't know how many of those exist out there, but yeah, I went on tape for Fury, but I thought it would be a disservice to both characters if one person was playing them. Like I was telling Michelle, I was like, it, they're in such different headspaces that if I
Yeah.
was to try to do both, it's gonna I just one of them isn't gonna get the full attention that they need. And
Yeah.
I would have done that to Fury. I would have given Z all of my attention, and whatever I had left over would have went to Fury. So ultimately, I think everybody was on that same page, but I think they just wanted to see like as an
Sure.
option, and thank God they cast Zach because I think Zach is perfect. And weirdly enough, like I remember when I first met him, I sent a picture of him and myself standing side by side. I sent that to my mom, and she was like, "That is really weird. You guys have a lot of similar features and
You
stuff."
do.
Um,
100%.
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of was like the casting process, but yeah, I went a couple months without knowing that I booked Z, so it was uh, I was freaking out a little bit. Like not, I mean, not freaking out. I was just really depressed. That was
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, you kind of have seniority, first of all. You should have, because you were already in a Passion Flicks movie. So seniority should have been there. Your dedication already, that was your dedication to just the audition. That blows my mind. So
Yeah.
I love that, though. They reached out to you, they sent you the note. And I do love that it's two separate characters. Zadis
Yeah.
needs his own personality, his own person, and then Fury. And I love Zach as Fury.
Yeah.
You also have a couple of your brothers here. Joel and Alex are somewhere in the comments. The comments are wild.
I see Alex. Alex is. I was just talking to Alex yesterday. We're doing a crawfish party. Michelle is throwing on that all the brothers will be at, so that'll be fun.
I love that you guys get together. I love this bond. So that is really special and unique. And so when you guys all got together for the first time, what was it like meeting everybody for the first time?
Honestly, it was really intimidating. I was like,
Mm,
especially Robert. Robert is really, he's an intimidating dude. He's just like, he's a man of few words, very
yeah,
stoic.
yeah,
When he says something, you listen.
yeah.
Uh, but,
He's
but,
rad.
yeah, but I mean, ultimately, like we kind of had like a week or so all to just hang out in the area we were staying at, and all of our apartments were kind of surrounding this gym.
Yeah,
And so we would all just go work out every day. And I mean, it honestly, the bond between all of us, they all have a great sense of humor. And I think we just always were laughing and talking shit to each other. Maybe I was talking a little bit too much shit. But it honestly just again it was a perfect storm because it could have went so many other ways, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's a lot of male energy.
Yeah.
Alex said he intentionally tried to intimidate you.
Alex is probably one of the sweetest out of all of them, you
I
know.
love that.
But he's also one of the most handsome, so that he could be intimidating that way, but as soon as he starts talking, he's really nice. So
Well, I was gonna say, what was it like seeing you as your character for the first time? But you already started that. You shaved off your hair. What was it like shaving all of your hair off for the first time?
my agent was not happy about that. I sent her a picture and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I really want this part." And um yeah, she wasn't happy. My wife really liked it, but I mean, Michelle, she likes me with hair too, so
Yeah,
but but no, I mean, the whole thing was like I don't know. Playing Zaytis was very like therapeutic. When you are dealing with like traumatic stuff like that, it's
yeah,
you tend to either like suppress it or if you're going to therapy, all you're doing is talking about it. But this was like a way to look at some of the stuff that I've swept under the rug my whole life,
mm,
and I would be bringing it up, but there was like a positive purpose behind it, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So really, this has been like a very therapeutic experience for me. And I'm like going on tangents here, so I really
No, we want to
apologize.
hear you talk. We want to hear you talk. I love all of this. And I also love there was a behind the scenes picture that you posted, and you had all of the books, you had journals, you had scripts, you had
Yeah.
writing. So you were writing as Zadis in the journals. What was your mind frame like that? Or how did you get into that? What were you doing with that?
So what like doing that research side of playing a character. I've never really played any characters before that I've had to do that much research. Also, that there's just all these books, all this source material on these characters already that like millions of people already know.
Yeah.
So there's obviously that you feel that pressure of like you can't mess this up. But um I mean, I don't know. I've never I've been in classes where they've taught you to do that, like the backstory for your character, or like write as your character, and there's all this stuff. And sometimes that can be very pretentious, I think. But for me, it was really fun. I just had a lot of fun doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I was actually going over that. I have like a journal that's completely dedicated to Zadist, and like I'll just write things in there sometimes when I'm like in his mind's like his headspace, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was this one entry, like one of the first entries I wrote, like I would do these free writing like as Zadist, just things
Yeah.
that I'm thinking. And it's really dark and depressing. And I read it to Michelle and she was like started tearing up when I was reading it to her. And it's like a lot of it is like, yes, it's Z, but a lot of that is suppressed things that I that I shut away, you know?
I I always say like when I'm reading a book, I love to go on the journey. I love to go along with the characters and I'm growing and learning with them. And so a lot of the times it is like going to therapy and
Yeah,
it's like all of a sudden you're facing things that you have held inside for so long, or all of a
yeah,
sudden you're seeing something that you didn't even know was bothering you, or something that you didn't even know was there inside of you, and now it's you're confronted with it. And so obviously this role was meant for you. And I'm like, J.R. Ward had to have written this for you years ago because this came to you at the time when you need it. And
yeah.
I love that so much. And Zadist is JR's baby. And I love your video meeting J.R. Ward.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, that was so emotional. I can't even imagine
Yeah.
what it was like for you to meet her as Zadist like
Yeah,
that.
that's as soon as she came around the corner, she just started crying, and like I said this I think in another interview that I wanted to like stay in character, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she needed a hug. I needed a hug at like seeing that as well. So but yeah, I mean it was very surreal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for I mean for her to meet a character that's been in her head for so many years and
Yeah,
um but but yeah, that was a very much needed hug, I think.
I love that. Was that the first time you had met her?
I actually met her in uh where was that? I think Denver, Colorado, I think, at a signing, but it was like
Exciting.
yeah, but it was very like it was very brief, but I
Yeah.
already kind of I knew at that point that they were going to be doing the show and stuff and all that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But it was brief. It was before I auditioned and yeah.
There's a couple questions actually on the same thing. Would you ever publish this diary, or would you ever do anything with those journals?
I think people would be very concerned for my well-being if I posted any of it. Um, I don't know, like maybe that entry that I was reading, maybe at some point, um, possibly. You
Okay.
know, I don't want to worry anybody though.
Yeah. Well, Zadis is a very, he just needs love. And I love what you said. I was listening to your podcast that you have with your wife, Between Us Only, and there was something that you said about Z and Bella.
Hmm.
And Bella came into his life and showed him he was worth loving. So Zadis is obviously he has a horrible past and
Yeah,
he is so misunderstood. And I love the connection that you made with your wife, Michelle,
yeah,
and how you were going through a really dark time. And so you have all these
yeah,
connections to Zadist. So nobody else could have played this character, but you and Zadist and Michelle and Bella are very
yeah.
similar in that sense. And I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely at the point of his journey right before they have Nala. That's where I'm at right now in his journey, I would think. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, I mean, I feel like he has like these two warring beliefs within him. It's like he desperately wants love,
yeah,
and then he feels like he's unworthy of it.
yeah.
And like to and I remember when I was like when I was in San Diego, I was like struggling. Like I was I'm like 664 days sober right now.
That's
Um,
amazing.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. But there was like a really dark low point when I was in San Diego, and
Yeah.
I remember like like I remember so clearly of feeling like that. I was in a relationship feeling like I was unworthy of the love I
Yeah.
was getting because I would constantly go and do these things to myself that I saw that was hurting these other people. And
Yeah.
so I there was just with Z's story, there was so many things that I could pull from my life to like
Sure.
I didn't have to act it, you know. And
Hmm.
also playing Zayd, especially in Dark Lover, he's kind of in the background most of the time, just like in his thoughts. And so that was like a really big challenge because you don't have anything to say. And like honestly, I don't even know if sometimes if any of this is going to come through on camera, you know, but to just sit there on set and live in that world and in his thoughts was like
Yeah.
it's challenging for an actor, but it's like it's also it's fulfilling. Like I enjoyed it too, like in a weird sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a scene in episode 4 where Beth is in Darius's room, she's sleeping, and here comes Zadis, and he's all,
Yeah,
what the F do we have here? And with
yeah,
your voice, so we're gonna talk about your voice in a minute. But the switch, so you have like this rough, gruff, angry, like, oh yeah, I
yeah,
like what did you say? Hold on, I wrote it down. Um, I'll flip her a 20. Like you're just in this zone, right? And then all of
yeah,
a sudden you find out who she is.
yeah,
Instant change.
yeah,
Instant backing down. You're like a dog on guard. You're just ready to pounce, and then you're like, oh my
yeah,
gosh, instant change. And I loved that. I loved seeing the difference, and it was so simple and so easy. So talk about that scene and that transition from being all gruff like that and then coming down and being like, oh, okay. And then you say, nice to meet you, Beth.
yeah,
Oh, when you
yeah.
said Beth's name, that was so good.
What's really funny about that scene, this is, I mean, it's not funny about this scene, but there was a train that kept coming
Oh,
by. And I remember Tosca giving me a direction. She's like, because a problem that I have is I'll talk really fast sometimes. And that's something that I've been constantly trying to work on.
yeah.
But she gave me that note and she said just slow down, live in this moment, and like
Mm.
whatever, however she put it. And so I'm trying to slow down, but then there would be a train that would start blowing its horn, and it was doing it in such perfect moments that I'd hold my line and then I would say it. And she's like, honestly, that train helped a lot with the performance. So nobody would know
Hey.
that unless now I just told you guys. But so thank you for that train that came by. But
Yes.
but that shift in Z though, as soon as he finds out that Beth is Darius's daughter,
Yeah.
I mean these are spoilers. I'm like, I apologize. I don't know how far you are in the books yet, but Darius means a lot to Z. Um, I believe it was like in 1930s. Fury got really sick. This was before we got inducted into the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and I bring Fury to Darius to help him because he's like the because I thought he was gonna die,
Yeah.
and Darius ends up helping us and saving Fury, and then I think then we get inducted in like 1932 or something. But that Fury is like the first person in my life that shows me any kind of love. So he's
Mm.
like, well, he's the first person I ever actually like care about, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have this huge respect for Darius, and even though I have this rough exterior and I try to act like I'm this evil monster, it's really a facade. It's just a mask that Z wears, I think.
100%.
Yeah, and it's just that's just another thing that's his defense mechanism, like that he had to create that persona to survive because like ultimately he's a survivor,
Yeah.
and um, so yeah, I mean it's yeah that shift was just it's just I have so much respect for Darius that that's what deterred me from to continuing down me playing this I don't know, like a kid with a magnifying glass in a sense, you know.
Yes. And you have a comment. Z is my absolute favorite. Andrew is perfect. The whole cast is perfect. I can't wait to see all the seasons. I'm in love with the series. The casting for everyone is on point. There's so many comments. It's very difficult to go to go through them. but I want you to see all of these, and I know you've seen them because I love what you guys do, how active you guys are with the fans and in the fandoms and reposting and talking to the fans and in their posts and stuff like that. I think that's really, really cool. And that's also
Yeah.
really unique too. Let's see if you, I'm sorry, you guys, if I shout one out, if you have a question, because there's so many. Okay, so what was the process for you of getting into the full makeup, shaving your head, because everyone had to shave, everyone had to be
Yeah.
fully shaved, the scar, your tattoos, what was that process like for you? How long did that take?
So originally the scar, like sitting in the makeup chair, it was like it started out as like I think almost a little over an hour. Um,
Okay, that's
and
yeah, that's good.
not it wasn't bad, but then they got it down to like it was like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it got quicker. And but I shaved myself. I shaved my head down to where it was like every 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then I shaved my body pretty much every 2 or 3 days as well. So I was doing all the hair clippings. Um, but uh, but yeah, I mean, once you get everything on, you get the contacts on. It feels like you're wearing a mask because you have all this like
Yeah.
latex or silicone on your face. And then the contacts, like I don't know what the other guys were seeing, but if you make like little holes with your fingers, like little tiny holes, and kind of look through them, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was looking through a mask.
Yep.
And honestly, it helped me embody the character more. I felt more free because I felt like I was, you couldn't see me, if that makes any sense.
100%.
Yeah. So, but yeah, once I got everything on, that's really where I was able to like find more of his like just his movements, and I felt more like animalistic in a sense, and because I had his shoulders like pretty rolled forward, I was kind of always hunched a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, when you get everything on, you get all the leathers on, like you feel like a warrior vampire. So
I love
it really really does help
I
the
love that. And
yeah
your eyes, the contacts you have are so different than everybody else's because it's like it makes your entire eye black. Like you
yeah.
are scary on screens. Like, and as soon as you opened your mouth and you said the first line, which is, um,
Get off my dick.
yes, I was like, that's not his voice. Is that a voice box? Where, how did you create Zadis's voice? Because that blew my mind.
Well, it's funny because like once I started working with like Mike Carpenter, who was like my vocal coach, well, he was helping me with the singing.
Yeah.
I was learning all these other things that you can do with your diaphragm. Like I've never really worked with it, but for Z's voice, what I was doing, I was drying out my throat
Mm.
and just like lowering my register. But like I was like Kim, who plays Wellesley, she's also I think she's also a vocal coach as well, but I was telling her I was doing that. She's like, "You're gonna fuck your vocal cords up by
Yeah.
doing that." But I was like, "Well, I've already kind of committed to what I'm doing right here, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna continue to do this." But I would dry my throat out. Like I wouldn't drink anything, and then I was smoking cigarettes with V, which is also a funny story to get into. But I was smoking a lot of cigarettes before takes, so it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but I felt like it was very very Zadist of me to
It
just
was,
be just torturing myself, and
uh-huh.
so
Hmm.
so yeah
Absolutely.
yeah.
I can't even, oh, Alex said, I have to go. We love you, Andrew. Ah,
I love you too, Alex.
and I think Sia was here too. All the
Oh,
brothers.
Alex Noble was the makeup artist. He just commented you rebel, but he was the makeup artist for Z, and he did an excellent job.
Yes, he did. That's incredible. Um, okay. So singing, which, okay, so we have this like, I almost want you to do it, but I don't want you to mess up your voice. But you had this get off my dick. Okay. And then you have the voice of an angel. You
Yeah,
have this like, moment. Okay.
yeah.
So preparing, I believe singing, because I am not that far into the series. So I believe singing is Zadis's way of showing
It's his love language,
it's
I
his love
think. I
language.
mean, it's yeah, he it shows up so many times in the series of like, I mean, I'm sorry if nobody's read Love or Eternal, but there's a moment with Alex after we after he pretty much has to get punished for like being with Mary, and I go to him in his bedroom after he gets whipped by all of us, and I sing to him. I sit there next to him and sing to him, and so it's something that is reoccurring for Z. But yeah, it's his love language, and I knew that going into it, and I knew how important it was for me to do the singing. But I
Yeah,
honestly I didn't get the we didn't get the brothers chant. I want to say like a week or two into filming, like we didn't. Mike Carpenter, who like wrote it and composed it. Um, we didn't get it till like a couple weeks in, so I was just like I kind of put that out of my mind. Wasn't
sure.
thinking about it
Yeah.
because I was doing something that was so countering to like I was trying to fuck my voice up to make it more like the lower my register, make it more growling sounding in a way, like gravelly.
Yeah.
And but then as soon as we got the chant and the lyrics and all that stuff, I started working on it, and he sent us kind of like a demo version of it to know like the melody and how it's going to be performed.
Yeah.
And so I was just in my apartment that I had, and luckily I had construction above me and below me at the place I was staying at, so it was super loud, like all day, every day. So I was just in there like belting from the top of my lungs, singing that. And then I would leave to go to set and then start trying to dry my throat out and like smoking a cigarette. And, but thankfully they gave, I had like 3 or 4 day heads up before we were going to start shooting the mating ceremony scene.
Yeah.
And I pretty much was just like soaking my throat in like honey and drinking like throat coating tea and doing all these things. And I didn't smoke like 2 or 3 days leading up to that. I just like stopped smoking cigarettes because I knew I had because like I was on some of those higher notes, my voice was cracking, and I was like, "This is
Mhm.
I need to save whatever skin I have left in my
Well,
vocal
yeah.
cords."
Um,
Um,
Alex Noble says his register was amazing. It brought tears to our eyes behind the camera. Did you sing live? Is that your
yeah,
live singing, or did you come in and
yeah.
have to do ADR as well?
We did ADR as well.
Okay. Okay.
We had to, yeah. But I went in there like fully prepared to sing. We ran a lot of that scene um, up until that singing point, and Tosca just she never said cut, so we just ran a huge portion of that scene or the scene. And I remember there were so many people on set that day. Everybody was on set, all the actors. And then I remember off set, everybody was like sitting out in these chairs. There were so many people. I was so like, I love singing karaoke, but
Yeah.
I've only done it a couple times since I quit drinking. I used to like that was my jam. I love to get drunk, go do karaoke. I would put on
I would say, what's your
shows.
go-to song?
Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yes.
But so I was super nervous. I was like telling all the guys, I was like, I'm freaking out right now.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a lot. All eyes on you.
yeah, but we did that first take. I sang all the way through it, and everybody started clapping afterwards. And it was like it was such a great feeling. I remember Gene came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I had no idea you were a singer." I'm like, "I'm not. I'm a karaoke enthusiast. That's about it." But no, everybody was really nice and but yeah, then we had to flip the world around and film everyone else's reactions. But Tosca still wanted me to sing. She's like, "I want their genuine reactions from
Yeah.
which always like I think any good actor will." They always will give 110% even when they're not on camera because it's the more you give your scene partner or whatever, it's just going to make everybody's performance rise, you know.
Yeah.
But it was it I we did all those takes, and then she's like, okay, we're flipping around. She's like, Andrew, you're still singing, and I'm just like, okay, fuck. But it was a great day, and then I was rehearsing with Mike Carpenter leading up to that. We were I don't know how many times we rehearsed, probably like quite more times than the brothers were because they just were doing the chant. I think we
Yeah.
only did like full rehearsal with the brothers like once or twice, and then I would just go off with Mike by myself and work on the vocals with him, and he would give me these little tips and tricks of how to stay in pitch and not destroy my vocal cords. But then we did ADR kind of close to the end of filming. We did ADR in Atlanta, and then I did a little bit more ADR when I got back to LA. And this was like we just kind of isolated certain notes and just really worked on parts of the song to like really nail it down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, uh, I yeah, Mike did a great job. And I still like he wrote that song and composed it, and it's like it's a beautiful song. I remember when I first listened to it, I was like I got chills from it. I was like, this
Yeah.
is really, really cool.
It's beautiful because you know that from the mating ceremony, all that is happening, there's a chant, but hearing it, I was not expecting it. And I wasn't expecting the emotion that it would take over. And then all of a sudden, Zeta starts to sing. And it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that is not Andrew. Is that Andrew? And just this the tears. It was so beautiful because it's such a beautiful moment. And then our Zeta starts to sing, and it was it's a very powerful moment on screen. So good for you. But have you
Thank you.
learned, are you doing anything different going into season 2 for your voice?
Um, I I've been trying to do like lowering my register, doing it the proper way, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't sound as good, you know? Like I don't
Yeah.
know, there's just like the graveliness to it. I don't know, I just like drying my voice out.
It's
It's just or my
wild. As
throat out.
soon
It
as you
sounds better, I
said,
think, you know?
why don't you get off my like I couldn't believe that that voice came out of you. Like that's wild. So if it works, it works, but also
Yeah. But
good luck to you.
I also think this like Z, I think of him as like he's this exposed nerve. And
Mm,
any like I was going into filming like when I would get to set I would be fasting. I wanted to be I was trying to put myself through as much pain as I possibly could,
gosh.
in a weird sense, but it's just it helped me kind of drop into character more. So like with the contacts hurt really bad. Being like half starved, I thought was helped, and just like the way that I was trying to get his voice to be
Yeah.
that lower register, and it's just all of that together I felt put me into that headspace that Z needed to be in, because he's constantly in this torment and pain,
Yeah.
um and I don't know. I so it's like it I with all the feedback that I've got back from season one, I'm like, I don't know, should I change anything? I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. But
There's a question from Laura Olo 19. What part of Z's book are you most looking forward to playing?
um I'm really excited to do the flashback scenes. In
Okay.
the Yeah, have you read Lover Awakened yet?
I'm
Okay, I
just
don't.
starting Darius's book, and then I'm gonna start book 2.
It's the best book out of the series. No, I love all the brothers. I love all their stories. I have a biased opinion because like I love Z and I care so much about him, but I don't know. There's just so many moments. Like I think it's a lot of these are so many spoilers, but I kind of want to say this because there's one moment in the flashback when I'm sorry, you just have to read the book, but I'm sorry. But there's one moment where Fury's holding me after he rescued me from Contronia or the mistress's
Yeah.
dungeon. He's holding me down in this cave. Um, and then I kind of come to and I like scurry behind this rock. But there's that moment of him holding me, and I can feel his lungs filling with air, and then later in the book, when I go to rescue him from
Yeah.
Mr. O, and we're in the back of a bed of a truck, and Bella's driving us away, and I'm holding him, and I'm singing to him. And it's just like this count, like these. I think those are going to be two beautiful frames, you know. Like, also, I have really long hair in that first flashback, so him and I are going to look very
That's
similar.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I'm sure anyone that works for Passion Flicks right now is probably losing their mind. They're like, "Why is he talking about all of this right now?" Um,
Well, you're making me very, very emotional. These are some
yeah,
very intense scenes, and I can't even
yeah,
imagine as an actor though being able to get into those darker scenes and playing those. Like that's
I,
probably like a dream almost.
yeah. I'm really really excited for it. It's gonna be super difficult, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It's there's nothing more fulfilling. I think, you know. So
Yeah. Your twin is here, Zach. Hi, came to support my twin. I love it. You guys are amazing.
the
So I want
male
to talk
activism.
about I want to talk about working with Robert because you guys, I love the energy between the two of you. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of
Yeah,
anger, and it's always like the brothers have to back Zsadist away, and our king is over there, like protect the king, and but there's just like this push and pull between
yeah.
the two of you. What was it like working with Robert on screen?
He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
That dude is so big. He's honestly like a trained killing machine. But it honestly it couldn't have gone any better because he was such a good like lead to, I mean, just like when all of us got together, he kind of took all of us and like rounded us up and was like he was kind of just he was just a really great lead
I
for
love that.
to lead the cast.
Yeah.
Um and but yeah, I mean to when we would have those moments of going head to head, it's just like it's so funny because he could literally kill me. Like he could grab my neck and snap my neck like so easily. So
You mean
but
Tiny Robert? The
yeah,
tiny Robert?
yeah,
The
his
tiny.
arms are like as big as my waist. But but no, I mean he was such a great scene partner and he helped me. I didn't I feel like I didn't have to act with him. Like I believed he was
Yeah,
this king of the fucking vampires, you know, like
absolutely.
um but I remember that scene with Olivia and Robert in the bedroom, and it yeah, I remember after like one or two takes, he like I think he like looked at me, he's like that was good, and I felt so happy hearing that
Ah,
from him. So because I mean he's a great actor. I don't know if you've seen any of his other work, but there's a film on Netflix called Blood and Gold, and
okay.
it's in German. I would recommend watching it in German because you'd actually hear Robert's voice and just do subtitles. But it's such a good movie.
I really want,
It's
I've been wanting
phenomenal.
to watch Ballerina, but there was something that you said when you put on your contacts. It's almost like you were able to hide a little bit. You were
Yeah,
able to kind of, and I feel that way with Robert with his sunglasses,
yeah,
because I'm sure that those very intimate scenes that he had with Olivia, that was a lot, but I feel like it was this almost like a cape, almost like a shield that he was
yeah,
able to put on. And I feel like for all of you, and that's just what happens, I think, when you put on that costume and you become somebody else. But I feel like with you guys and the contacts and with him with his sunglasses, that was probably a lot easier for him to get into those more intimate
yeah.
scenes.
Yeah, and watching him and Olivia together, like I honestly, I don't think like thinking as myself as an actor, like I don't think I could have done what he did because all these little micro expressions he was able to do with just like the lower
Yeah.
half of his face,
Yes.
it's really impressive. Like because those the fucking wraparound glasses cover like everything, you know. Like I when
Yes.
I think of acting, I think of like you're trying to show the camera what you're thinking through your eyes, and he was
Yeah.
completely like that was taken from him, you know. But
Yes.
what he was able to do as Wrath, I think, was really really impressive.
Absolutely. Him and Olivia on screen are so insanely, I call them intoxicating.
Yeah,
The two of them are just wild. Oh my,
they
notably.
set the bar really high for the rest of us.
Yes, they did.
Because yeah, we're
Yes.
all like, okay, that's what we have to do now.
Okay, great. So what about filming the ending scene, which I don't know if that was your actual ending scene, was the scene with all the brothers at Wrath is better, everybody's sitting around the table, it's the end. What was that like, that film scene like filming?
I think that was I think the stuff in the hospital. I think that was the last stuff I was filming.
Okay.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, it was it was. it was sad kind of like that it was all over, you know,
Yeah.
but um I don't know, I'm having flashbacks of that the speech we had to say to him in the old language. Uh
Yes. Oh, the old language. What was it like
yeah,
learning that?
it was hard, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean we did it thankfully, but and we were when Robert would do the old language, it sounded so good because he
Mm,
already has that accent and he speaks another language and but when he did it, I was like, fuck, I can't sound like that when I do it. You know, it's just not it's I but no, I mean it was cool to have everybody there on the last day. Just to be to just be together, you know.
yeah.
But kissing Robert's hand, the inside of his wrist was a nice goodbye.
Yes. I love
um,
that.
yeah, but
How that's I love that so much. So what was it like wrapping Zsadist for you?
honestly, it was. I mean, like, of course, I was happy to go home and see my wife and
Yeah.
my dogs and my cat. But honestly, it felt like I don't know if you've ever gone to like a summer camp or something and you're leaving, and that's kind of
Yeah.
how it felt. It felt like it was a sad goodbye, but thankfully a lot of the dudes live here in LA, so we
Yeah.
just continued that. But no, I mean I talk to Joel every now and then, and Robert is just a fucking busy man, you know. So
Yeah.
him and I will occasionally like message over Instagram and stuff. Joel will give me like these wellness checkups every once in a while. He's like, "Hey, heard you're depressed right now. I just wanted to call you and
Oh,
like." And so I mean, he's daddy tour for sure.
he's
He's
Daddy
yeah,
Tour.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it was sad to say goodbye to everybody, but
Yeah.
knowing that we're gonna come back to do season two is like I'm so excited. So
Yeah. What was it like seeing the show for the first time? Because obviously episode one was shown in New York for the huge premiere, which the pictures and videos, I can't even imagine what it was like being there with everybody and then seeing episode one on the big screen. Robert's like
yeah,
looking away. But what was it like for you seeing the show for the first time?
I mean, it was pretty surreal. All of the work and effort that I put into playing Z, that was also stuff I put my wife through. She was here with me every step of the way of me acting insane and talking to myself around our apartment and me
Yeah.
having these highs and lows and like 1 second I'm happy, 1 second I'm sad. And so my wife really was put through the ringer. And
Yeah.
so to go to New York with her and just kind of celebrate something that I did, but just as much as me, like she helped me through all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
she did the audition tape with me. She's always my reader and stuff. So to go there and just celebrate with everybody and just see the work that we did and see that the fans enjoyed it, it honestly was it was an amazing experience.
I love that. And what are you looking forward to for season two?
Um, so many things, but I'm looking forward to meeting Bella. There's just one scene in particular with Mary and Rage. I mean, there's that scene specifically that I'm like really looking forward to. So
I'm
yeah,
very excited to read his book and to see what is next because I love Rage.
yeah.
I also had to show you this before we end this, before we go. I got this for my sister. If you can see it,
Oh, is that the lunch lady, Chris
it's
Farley?
Lunch Lady Funko Pop. I
Hell
was like,
yeah!
I was like, I gotta show
You
this to
have
you
all
because
this Chris Farley like merch. This is
I
I need to find this stuff.
I have loved Chris Farley like my whole life, and
Yeah,
so I am such a fan. So when you said that under the post, or when you commented under the post, I was like, "Oh, I'm wearing my Chris Farley shirt."
yeah.
Let's do a couple more questions before you have to go. So one of the questions I did get was how many times or how many takes did it do to the kneeling when the brothers get up and they kneel before Olivia with their daggers? Well, how many times?
Um, uh, it not too many times, but I think Alex broke his dagger at one point. Um, and not too many times, but it was like doing the blocking on that was weird. It was such a small and like way for me to walk. I had to walk close to the fireplace,
Yeah.
so I don't think you could see it, but there was like one of the shots when right before we kneeled down, like I'm walking and like tucking past the fireplace, and they obviously didn't show that because it just did not look cool at all. But yeah, it didn't take too many times. It's just Alex broke his dagger at one point, so that was funny.
You have to tell your Z smoking story.
Oh, so the night before we did the table read, I think we were only a couple days into being like on location, and Sia messaged the group being like, "Hey, does anyone know how to roll cigarettes?" And I was like, "I do." Like I used to smoke a lot. I smoked from like 16 to 24. Like I
Yeah.
smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Um but I used to roll cigarettes too with my friends and stuff. And I told him, I was like, "Oh, I know how. I can teach you." And so he came over to my apartment. We sat at the dining table, and I was just kind of giving him a tutorial how to roll cigarettes because he wanted to actually he didn't smoke cigarettes at all. He didn't smoke before this.
That's so
Um,
interesting.
yeah, and he wanted to because he thought that was like an important part of
Yes.
playing V. I mean, he
Yep.
constantly is rolling his cigarettes and smoking his Turkish tobacco and all that fun stuff. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I showed him how to roll cigarettes, and then we went out and had a cigarette after that, and I was like it kind of hurt my throat a little bit, and I was like, oh, this kind of helped me dry my throat up a lot quicker than what I've been usually doing. And then I started smoking cigarettes with him. So it's
So
funny, sad
basically,
story.
so basically, he created Zadist's voice.
Yes.
He gave
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Which I
all.
think, yeah, which I think is perfect because Z has such a sensual, deep, you know,
Yes. Yes, he does.
sexy voice, is what the fans say.
Yes, he does.
But yeah.
What has been one of your favorite comments or posts that you have seen about the show?
Favorite comments. I don't know. I love seeing everybody talk about just the camaraderie we all have. Like
Yeah.
that, like because a lot of times casts will fake that and
Yeah.
just to help with marketing and stuff. And I mean, like honestly, I love all these guys. Like
Yeah.
they're some of my best friends, and I didn't expect that going into this. So
Yeah.
seeing that come through on screen and then also just come through on like the stuff that we've posted, like I love that the fans are seeing that and noticing that, and that's whenever I see comments like mentioning any of that, that's I like that.
Yeah. The chemistry is absolutely seen and felt, and we can all feel it. I think that's what makes the show so great, is not
Yeah.
only are every single person, every single one of you cast perfectly for your role, you are your
Yeah.
character. The chemistry on screen and off screen just makes it, as a watcher, as a reader, just enjoy it even more. So that
Yeah.
is 100% felt. Someone said, did you ride the rocking horse? I,
I did. There's a video somewhere of me on that,
I
um
I had
but
asked Joel about the rocking horse. I was like, where did
yeah.
this rocking horse come from?
It's just we were in the basement of some people's houses that they rented out for like I don't know, like it was like the main base for where we were kind of shooting that night. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff down in that basement. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. One more. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna try because we got
No, no,
5 minutes.
you're fine.
Okay. Um, no, no, we already. Okay. The cast is the real Brotherhood, and we love that. We do love that. Are you guys going to do? Oh, are you guys going to do more reactions to comments? The last one
Um
that you guys did was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't. They might be releasing more stuff because we filmed a lot of stuff. That was like a
Okay.
pretty edited down version.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. But I would imagine there might be more stuff coming out. I hope there is. You know,
Are
so
you so you're just as surprised because Joel he wasn't even really aware that there was a season 2.
Joel. Did he just say that right
He
now,
said,
or
no, he said that when I did my live with him last week. He's like,
I
is it?
watched that, but I didn't. He no, yeah. There's a season two. Am I?
He's like, do you know something that I don't know? I was like, I don't know nothing.
I mean, they're writing. I mean, I think they've already said this. I hope they've said this. I don't know, but they're
Yeah.
writing the script still. You know, so
Okay. Yeah.
I hope there's a season two because I've been memorizing my dialogue from the book. Like that's what I did for Dark Lover. I memorized all my lines from the book, and then they only took out little bits for the actual show. But that's what I've been doing as of lately is just going over Love Eternal. So. If there isn't a
Wow.
season two, I've wasted a lot of time.
There is. Oh my God.
So
What was your go-to like game or snack or something that you were doing in between takes? What were you doing? What were you guys
I
doing?
wasn't eating.
Oh,
I
because you
wasn't
weren't
eating.
even eating. So what
Yeah,
were you doing in between
I was
takes?
smoking cigarettes and and depriving myself of water, and
Well,
I probably shaved a couple years off my life filming season one, but it was all worth it, you know. But
my
there's
gosh.
one photo on the wrap, like after we filmed all the hospital stuff.
Yeah.
Um, there's a photo of me eating a cupcake. It was like a Black Dagger cupcake.
Yeah.
And so that cupcake tasted really good, you know. And I don't even like cupcakes, but I was really hungry. So,
That, well,
but
yeah, and
there
that's
was no apples on set. That's
what
what D likes to eat. He likes to eat green apples, you
they
know.
didn't even bring you apples. Stop it.
No, no. But there was no scenes in Dark Lover where I'm actually eating an apple. So that's probably why.
I
But
love how much you know your character. This is wild. And Zach said Sigs. And so, Zach, with you being here, because I need to do a live with Zach, because
yes.
Joel asked me what I thought about the Audible. So apparently, you
Oh
guys,
my God, Zach does such a good impression of the narrator.
I need to
He
see this
yes, you need to have him on and just have him narrate some of the stuff from that book. He does a really good job.
because I actually really liked it. I liked the Audible.
I I I did too. I mean, I what I do is like I'll read the book. I can't even tell you how many times I've read my book and then how many times I've read Lover Eternal and Dark Lover. I've read them a lot, but I like to read them and then I'll listen to them and then sometimes I'll read a couple chapters then listen to the chapters to like let it sink in more.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some things that the narrator says that the way he says it is funny, I think. But
Mhm.
I had no issues with the with it, you know.
That is
So
hilarious.
I like to
Uh,
work out. I like to work out and listen to the book. So which
hey,
is yeah, which it can be if anyone can hear my headphones, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is he listening to right now?" I'm just like sitting there looking at myself in the mirror, lifting weights.
to a man's voice. I like it.
Yeah, with
Someone
his
said
hard length.
with
Sorry.
someone someone said they should cast your wife as Bella.
I would love to work with Michelle in anything, but she would refuse. She wouldn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
But she's gotten so good at, because she does all my self tapes with me, so she's gotten so good at being my reader, and our chemistry whenever we're doing like romantic scenes, I'm always like worried a little bit,
Yeah.
because I'm like, when I actually have to shoot this scene, or if I get cast and have to shoot the scene, I'm always worried that it's not going to be as good as that chemistry I have with Michelle. So
Yeah.
I know how good it can be, and then
Yeah.
when I go in and to do a movie that's like supposed to be like a rom com or just where I have to act with somebody romantically, I'm always a little bit worried because I saw what the scene could be to its like full potential.
Yes. Yeah, I
But
can relate.
I would love to do something with Michelle, but
I'm saying
she, yeah, she needs some time to. If you guys can all talk her into it, maybe.
that would be awesome. I love that you guys work together on your podcast. I think that's really, really
Yeah,
beautiful. I love the support that you have from your wife and that I every time you guys post pictures of each other, it's so beautiful to see a couple who just love each other so much.
yeah.
I that's
I
really
wouldn't be
beautiful.
here. I honestly wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So
That's so sweet.
No, I'm dead serious. I probably would not be here if it wasn't for her because she, like I said, she's like my Bella. She really
Yeah.
did. She rescued me from myself. I was uh, uh destined for destruction, you know. So
Yeah.
she's my angel.
I I love that. I love that so much. And we love you as Zsadist, and I'm so glad that you were able to do this live with me today and for the fans because the fans have just absolutely loved this and cannot wait to see more. And I've never the dedication that you have shown blows my mind. It's amazing and I applaud you.
Well, thank you so much.
I
I think the books are fantastic,
they
and
are yeah.
it's just this has been such a great experience and opportunity, and we need to get the rest of the brothers on here. So
Yes,
I'm when
absolutely.
I have them over for the crawfish party, I'll
Yeah.
we need. I think we should get Zach on, then Alex, then Sia,
Oh my
and
gosh,
then
I would die. That
have
would
you reached out to Robert?
no.
Yeah, that
Because well, just because I know he's not on Instagram,
yeah.
but I
He's on
I would
Instagram. He just doesn't respond to anybody.
I,
He's a busy man. But I don't even know how fun that interview would be because he's such a man of few words.
yeah.
He's just you're gonna ask him a question. He's gonna be like, yes, like that's all he does.
I would just I think that I love talking to everybody and promoting this show because I'm so passionate about it and I love it so much. It's been incredible, but I love Wrath and I would
Yeah,
probably die if I got the
Robert
opportunity to
Robert's
speak
a
with
good
him.
guy. Yeah, he's a good guy.
I've heard
I'll,
everybody talk so highly of him, and
yeah,
just everybody, like even Daryl talking about his scene with Mr. X and Wrath, and just what Robert does with everybody, even if as a scene partner, as a stunt coordinator, anything like that.
yeah.
Nothing but great things have been said about
Yeah,
Robert.
you can tell he loves what he does, and it's just
Yeah,
you, you, you can really. I mean, he has this. I don't know. He's a leader, you know, and he'll
yeah,
take you under his wing, and he will help the people that he can see that maybe they if he can sense that they like need anything extra, he senses that,
Mhm.
and I loved working with him and Olivia. Olivia's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
it's all. I listened to your episode with Kellen as well, and I wanted to. My first scene, like my first dialogue scene, was with Kellen, and he and
Hey.
I was like, I was super nervous because it was like kind of my it was just like the first time that I was like as Z talking and stuff,
Yeah,
and he was such a great scene partner, and he's just so good as Havers and um.
I loved that scene. That scene between you and Kellen was, I mean, it's not a good scene because of what's happening, but the chemistry between the two of you and the dialogue, the scene was fantastic. It's one of the scenes that stands out to me.
Yeah, he's such a good actor. Like he is such a good actor because I remember watching his reel and he's able to play so many different characters and like
Yeah.
there was one scene from a show where he's playing like a an inmate in prison and it's just like it's not Kel like I didn't recognize him in that because he's a fucking badass in that. But he is such a good actor and to be able to work with him on my first scene with him he was just such a good scene partner so I was very fortunate because that kind of just set the tone for the rest of shooting for me
Sure.
but yeah Kellen's a sweetheart. Gene, I love Gene. Is he not the
I
sweetest man like
I've ever met. I feel
yeah
like at the end of it, it was like we've known each other forever. Like I could
yeah
talk to him all day. He was
yeah
so sweet and kind, and he's the heart of the show. He's the perfect
yes
Fritz.
yeah
Like he's adorable.
he
Loved talking to him.
when we were in New York, me and Joel were walking through Times Square and we kind of got separated from the rest of the brothers. And we're like walking back to the hotel and we're walking and I see Gene has a full beard and he's just walking by himself looking up at the buildings.
Ah,
And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, is that Gene right there? And I run up to him and he hasn't seen me since filming. So I have a beard, I have hair, and he's like
yeah.
looking at me and he's like, Andrew? Like and it was but it was it seemed like a scene out of a movie because he was just walking through all these people are rushing around him and he's just walking slowly, looking up and like smiling, and it was just a really I love that guy. He's a good guy.
That is so sweet. I loved it. I loved seeing all of you guys back together. The promo for the Black Dagger Brotherhood was incredible. Everybody in New York, you guys walking through Times Square,
Yeah,
like it was, that must have been so cool to be there with everybody. That was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. It was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
oh, and okay, one more thing. What was it like having the Passionistas on set? I think they were on set for 2 separate days, so it was like having them on set. Or were you there?
They're always so respectful. I had that experience when I was when I was shooting Wait with Me.
Yeah.
And actually, when I was shooting that, the scene, uh, the big breakup scene that we have in the bar, and then we have that
Yes.
scene out in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day all the Passionistas came. So for me, that was like a really important scene for Miles, and I'm meeting everybody and trying to give them my time, but also like trying to stay
Yeah.
in that headspace of like being um uh, just trying to stay in that headspace of like feel like I was betrayed by this woman that I love and thought I knew or whatever. But that was really difficult actually, to have them all there. But again, everyone's so sweet and respectful.
Yeah.
And I don't know, having them here for this show, going in there in full costume and getting their reactions, it was like, okay,
Mhm.
I think this is working because they seemed intimidated by us at first, but everybody's like all the guys are so nice that even
Yeah.
though they look a certain way, it's like Sia's a sweetheart, and but I mean, it was fun. It was like a good test to see our like to test our costumes kind of on people that love the show and the books, you know. So
Yeah. I have to get on set one of these days. I have to be there. I am a
yeah,
subscriber. I am a Passionflix subscriber, but getting on set is like, I gotta be
yeah.
there. You go to all of these different events, all these book events all the time. What is your favorite thing about meeting readers at the book events?
Um, I mean, honestly, just like the support and love that they give
Yeah.
to me, like I honestly owe so much to this community. I it's it because I like even though I started acting around the same time I was modeling, I didn't really start seeing any success in either of those things until I started doing book covers. And the community just like welcomed me with open arms, and I felt just I would get these beautiful messages from people, and honestly, like I don't think if I did the book covers and went into this community in that way, I don't even know if I would be here right now.
Mhm.
um I don't know if I've ever would have worked with Passion Flicks either, because I found out about Passion Flicks through doing book covers.
Mhm.
And another funny thing is like Amy Dawes, the series like Wait with Me, that there's like multiple books, but the third book, I was on the cover of that. I was portraying like the male character Dr. Dick, and so
Mhm.
my abs on that third book,
Yes.
that's me. But
Your abs.
that was way before I got cast as Miles. Like I did that way before, and so there's just like these little connecting dots,
Yeah.
and I really think I owe a lot to the like romance community.
Well,
So I love them. You know, they've been nothing but good to me. So
we love your covers, so thank you for that.
yeah.
And there is a comment from author Scarlett Hunter. I just bought one of your images for one of my upcoming books.
Oh, thank you so much, Scarlett.
So that's amazing. I can't even tell you how much fun this has been. This has been awesome. Thank you for joining me today. I know we're over our
Yeah.
time and you got things to do, so I really appreciate it. I'm so happy for you guys and
Thank you so
congratulations
much,
on it.
Stephanie. We need to get you on set.
I would
So yeah. Yeah.
die. That would be awesome. Get me on set. Appreciate it so much. And if you guys do not already, listen to him and his wife's podcast, Between Us Only, because you can get it and they are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Keep doing them.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. And again, thank you so much, Andrew. This was amazing.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Bye
Bye.
bye.